then the second thing that went through my mind was, you knew you would have to do this. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, but I trust that God will provide the words. So I guess the easiest way to kind of recap is where I was, how I met Jesus, and where I am now. Not a lot of people know that I grew up in a very tumultuous home. It was very violent, a lot of abuse. My father wasn't around. And even though I had visited churches as a child, I didn't really understand who God was. And I felt abandoned. I felt like God didn't love me, or he wouldn't let these things happen to me. A lifetime of it. And I guess I just turned my back on God, and I took matters into my own hands. And I lived a life of barely getting by. For 12 years I struggled with drug and alcohol abuse so bad that I had to hit bottom hard, lose almost everything, including my life, and pack up and move to Austin. I thought maybe if I ran away from it, all the drugs, the party scene, the people that I knew, I could escape what was hurting, you know. About a year into living in Austin, I still struggled, and the person I had moved here with couldn't get clean. And I made the decision, by the help of a total stranger, to get up and leave. I packed everything. I started going to meetings, NA, where they told me I had to let go and let God if I was ever going to get clean. And I didn't know if I could do that. I didn't believe God was real. I thought God was an idea that Christians made up to make themselves feel better, to give themselves excuses to behave badly and then be forgiven. But I was so desperate to not use. I had a feeling that there was so much more that life had in store for me. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what that feeling was. So I just, out of desperation, said the prayers. Remove the desire to use, Lord. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're real, but please take this away from me. Take the wheel, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, all these cliche prayers that come through these 12-step programs. And somehow it worked. And I didn't know what was happening. But 2 or 3 years after getting clean, I met some incredible people. One who is here today, Melissa, and my friend Sean, who had such a strong walk that I thought it was weird. I didn't understand it, but I was intrigued. And I wished that I could have had what they had, but I just didn't believe. I didn't believe. I felt like God had abandoned me my whole life. And one day, because of someone that I was dating, I went to church. It was a Christmas service, this horrible Christmas play. But I felt comfortable there. I went back 2 more times, and the last time on my own. I woke up that morning and I didn't know why, but I felt like I had to go to church, which didn't make sense for someone like me. And I walked in like jeans and a raggedy t-shirt because it's all I had with me. And I sat in the back and tried to hide. But God had other plans that day. It was like the whole room turned black and all there was a beam of light between me and the pastor, and I swear, he didn't know me, but he said everything that I needed to hear. He knew everything that was hurting. He knew everything that I had to focus on to get clear, to let go, to let God. And I fought it so hard. And when he did the altar call, I ignored him. I was crying, I was a mess. I thought, how could this person be talking to me? I'm going crazy. That's what's happening. I've lost my mind. I'm hearing voices. Kylie, move. Kylie, move. No. I've gone crazy. Everybody walked out for the altar call. He started to pray, and he stopped. And he said that the Lord isn't done working, that there is someone here that needs to let go and move. And that whole time I'm just hearing, Kylie, move. Kylie, move. And I didn't know what to do, but I left all my stuff in the chair, and I just started walking towards the front. And in that moment, it was the first time I really let go of controlling everything in my life. All the pain, all the anger, all the nasty feelings I had towards God. All of a sudden, he became my father. And I can't tell you how important it is to surround yourself with people who have a love of Jesus, because even if you are resistant to it, and even if they're resistant to you, just stay there, because seeing someone love Jesus is sometimes all it takes to get someone like me to turn it all around and hand it over. So 18 months ago, I dedicated my life to Christ, and I have not looked back. And I pray that every single person in this room has had a moment like that, and if you haven't, please trust God. He knows what he's doing. I didn't. You don't. He does. Thank you for